When most modern people, in America at least, think of a traditional or nostalgic Christmas, they most often think of Christmases of the 1940s and 50s. The so-called Golden Age of America is responsible for much of the modern ideas of Christmas. Modern decorations for Christmas trees first came around in the 1930s and 40s. At the turn of the century, around 20% of American families had a Christmas tree, but that number rapidly increased in the 20s and 30s with the rise of Christmas tree farms. World War II brought shortages of almost everything, real trees being no exception. Artificial trees made from feathers existed since the late 19th century, but never really caught on. In 1930, a British toilet brush company, Addis, created a Christmas tree out of their brush bristles, becoming the first common artificial trees. These gained prominence during the World War II shortages. In the 1950s, fitting in with the mid-century modern aesthetic, aluminum trees came into the public spotlight. These were short-lived, however, with sales sharply declining after 1965's A Charlie Brown Christmas. Ornaments had previously been imported from Germany. With World War II, this obviously stopped, forcing America to become self-sufficient. American manufacturers could make ornaments much cheaper and more plentiful than German companies. Corning Glass, a light bulb company, was able to make up to 2,000 ornaments per minute. Shiny Bright was one of the largest companies of the post-war period. Shiny Bright bulbs were made in every color, not just red and green. By the 1950s, they made other shapes, such as Santa Claus or angels. Although he had been a Christmas icon since the early 19th century, Santa Claus's popularity skyrocketed in the 40s and 50s. In 1949, one of America's first theme parks, Santa's Workshop, was opened. Since 1924, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade featured Santa Claus as the finale, the 1949 movie, Miracle on 34th Street, further popularized Santa's department store appearances. In 1955, CONAD, the Continental Air Defense, received calls from children inquiring on Santa's location on his Christmas Eve flight after a misprinted Sears advertisement. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, decided to start officially tracking Santa in 1958, inspired by the misprinted phone number incident. In 1956, Halley's department store began an advertising campaign featuring Mr. Jingling as the keeper of the keys for Santa's workshop. Mr. Jingling became a staple of the late 50s Christmas advertising, even featuring in some television Christmas specials. Prior to the First World War, Germany was the largest manufacturer of toys in the world. After World War I ended, America had to start making their own toys. Thanks to Clement Moore's 1823 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, Americans associated Christmas time with giving toys. The post-war baby boom increased the market for Christmas toys even more. Toys like the Slinky, Etch-a-Sketch, Barbie, Hula Hoop, Mr. Potato Head, and Play-Doh marked the rapidly growing consumer market in the Christmas toys of the post-war era. One of the largest contributions of the Golden Age America to Christmas traditions is the abundance of Christmas music. Bing Crosby's 1942 performance of White Christmas took a while to catch on, but by Christmas season of that year was a massive success. White Christmas soon became the best-selling song worldwide for over 50 years. The success of the song proved to the music industry that secular Christmas music could be highly profitable. This revelation led to the composition of many of today's popular songs. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was released in 1948 by Johnny Marks. Gene Autry's 1949 rendition reached number 1, second in popularity only to Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Frosty the Snowman, The Little Drummer Boy, and Silver Bells were also major songs of this Christmas music renaissance. Many of today's popular Christmas movies came from this time period, such as It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947, White Christmas, 1954, and Holiday Inn, 1942. TV Christmas specials, especially the ones by Rankin Bass, became a staple of family Christmas traditions during this time. This time of the year, we tend to just enjoy the holiday spirit and never really think about why things are the way they are. In my view, knowing where these holiday traditions came from And why makes them even more exciting. While many of these traditions came from post-war commercialization, the positive perceptions of these traditions show that commercialization is not inherently bad. I hope you enjoyed this video. It seems that December's videos may be mostly focused on cultural history, but for those of you more into military history, don't worry. In the spirit of the season, I hope to get an extra video out in time for Christmas. I can't make any promises though. Until next time, this is Matthew. Happy holidays.